Hello, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How
What
are
is
you?
your name?
I'm Jules Galloway.
Nice to meet you, Jules Galloway. My name is Zahara Russell, student at
Zahara
Ivy Tech
Russell?
Community College. Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Zahara
too.
Russell.
Okay, so I'm here to ask you a couple of questions about your position as a human services professional.
Mhm.
The following questions that I would like to ask you is, what does a typical day look like in this role of helping people with resources, meeting their needs, and so forth?
Okay, so typically we would have a wide array of roles,
Okay.
but you would need to be a little more specific.
Okay,
that
so
question.
I would say when I mean typical day, I'm referring to this type of services that you offer to people, the type of duties that you perform throughout the day.
We are very community involved. We like to prioritize mental health. We offer workers that are front and center when it comes to being out in the community and working with individuals that have disabilities, that have various mental struggles. For example, behavioralist would work with someone that is struggling with maybe functioning around other people and cognitively and socially.
Okay.
And you would bring them out in the community more and work on just helping them get a hold of their emotions.
Wow, that sounds promising.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty cool stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Absolutely.
actually always love helping people and, you know, just like brightening up their day. And I think that's really cool that you as a human service professional can
Yes.
fulfill some of those
Dire necessities.
dire necessities.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the best and worst parts of your job?
Probably the worst parts, I'd say, most always have to start with the worst, is that feeling overstaffed in a way where there's more needs than what you can handle.
Okay,
And
that's a good answer.
You might not have all the answers to people that really need help. Some people just need something that you don't always have the answer to. But the best part is just changing someone's life for the better and really making an impact, because this type of work needs an abundance more love and support. And
Wow.
the passion behind improving someone's life is timeless and lifetime. You know, it's immaculate.
Wow. That's just rewarding. This sounds really rewarding.
Indeed. It's all about where your mind's at.
Exactly. It's great that to have someone like you so passionate and so someone so passionate and so sincere like you.
Yeah.
Definitely about this position. Okay.
Delighted.
How do you practice confidentiality in this role?
Confidentiality, we usually go by signing off on papers with the client to make sure that they're okay with their information only being discussed to the client. And I'd also say maybe just really keeping an individual's business. HIPAA, that's one of them. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course.
Keeping it within the work folder of each particular client.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Another question I have for you is client autonomy important at this agency? What does client autonomy look like here? autonomy. Autonomy. Client autonomy. And what does client autonomy look like here at this company?
I'm not so sure how to answer that one, if I'm being honest.
Okay. We can move on to the next one. Describe your ideal traits for a professional human services worker.
Someone that's passionate, sincere, that knows how to prioritize the needs and emotions of the people they're working with. Someone that is sincere and is not disrespectful. Someone that really has a grasp on mental health and treating each case as delicate as they possibly can. Yes.
Okay. What would a typical salary range for human service professionals at this agency?
Can you repeat that one?
What would be a typical salary range for human services professionals at this agency? You can talk salary.
33K, 44K a year. It really just depends on where that person's at.
Okay. As far as like experience wise.
Yeah, and where they're just getting, where they're coming off of.
Okay. Good to know. What does burnout mean to you? How do you work to prevent burnout?
Burnout is basically a person that's taking on more tasks than they can handle. And the way you would prevent that is probably really just giving yourself breaks, having enough time to yourself, whereas not turning your work into your weekends, into your 24/7 nonstop, hamster wheel.
Yeah, it's
cycle.
important to, take that time to yourself to bounce back and really get back into the routine.
Yeah, just as long as you have enough time to yourself.
Yes.
That's what matters.
Mental health is definitely
just balance that and work.
Your mental health is definitely a priority for this position. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. How well does the current service provider meet the needs? Are there service gaps?
I'd say currently we could use a bit more flexibility.
Okay.
A lot of people, I'd say, kind of get caught up with their own things and they aren't as consistent, but overall it's doing better.
Okay. And what does the interviewee think the client experience is like at this agency?
Interviewee, you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that one?
About me as an interviewer?
Yeah, what do you
What
think
I think about the
agency?
client experience?
Yeah, that's an interesting
That's an interesting one. I feel like the clients could really benefit from the services that you guys offer and the type of work that you guys perform each day. So I think, these kind of roles and people is beneficial for those in need because they can actually help them improve the quality of their life in a sense. So yeah.
Yes.
So I have to ask you 3 additional questions that I personally researched. One of my top questions is, do you guys have any services specifically for the human trafficking population? And what are those services?
I wouldn't say that we are working to expand that.
Okay.
Human trafficking is a huge issue. A lot of people are put into prostitution and positions that they never dreamed of seeing themselves in.
Exactly.
But we're always accepting new ideas for that. That is a new development in this agency, and we will see it expanding on it.
Okay. Good to know. The second question that I have is, how do you plan to appear in court for your clients, how do you plan to advocate for them in their most vulnerable states?
I would genuinely
Genuinely.
advise that they have a lawyer with them. I would do my best to support them as well, and gauge that support based on how the person's cognitive difficulty.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's the best route for that.
Definitely can see how that would be beneficial for them.
Mm-hmm.
The third question from me, from the research that I conducted my project on part 2, is how do you see your company evolving in the next 5 years? What kind of things would you like to see? What kind of involvement would you guys like to be a part of in the next 5 years as a company, as to improve?
I would like to see our services expand just worldwide, just more government support. See us just branch out and be more of an international business. More funding, just see mental health resources and organizations like this to be at the top priority list for, for necessities. And,
Perfect. Well, Mr. Jules Galloway, it was a pleasure meeting with you today and getting to know you and getting to hear behind the scenes of what you do in the life of a human service professional. Is there any questions for me?
Not really. I'm just in question overload mode, kind of.
Well, I look forward to possibly connecting with you furthermore.
Absolutely. We'll touch base in the future.
Definitely. Thank you for your time.
And I enjoy you coming and bringing me in for this today.
Likewise. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. I'll be seeing you soon.
I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Too.